Having already talked about Red Star, we're going to do our second video on a Serbian club, but it's not yet to talk about Partizan, but also a Belgrade club called Čukarički. While being nowhere near as big as those two Serbian giants, this club has an interesting history of being one of the most stable clubs within Serbia in the last decade or so. Quick phonetics lesson for us Westerners, this letter, the C with a caron, that little V on top of it, in Slavic languages generally makes a ch sound. So if we look at this club's name at the top here, not looking at the accents, we might say Cukaricki, where it's actually Čukarički because of those two C's. Čukarički are one of Serbia's oldest clubs, having been founded in 1926, and their supporters are generally known as Berjani, which can be translated to Highlanders, based off of a name for people from that region of Belgrade. With the dominance of Red Star and Partizan within the region, silverware for other clubs can be few and far in between and difficult to come by, which is why Čukarički's 2015 Serbian Cup can be a big feather in their cap, having taken a 1-0 victory over Partizan in the final. Čukarički have spent the majority of their history in the Yugoslavian lower leagues, but have made a steady march over the decades to the top flight, having gone to the second tier in 1972 and then to the top flight in 1995, followed by a decade or so of yo-yo situations between the first and second tier, but are solidly within the Superliga now. A lot of that stability can go down to the current ownership, because Čukarički were one of the first clubs in the Eastern European region to privatize themselves, as well as being purchased by an outside entity, that being a local company that works primarily in construction that purchased them in 2012. One of their previous financial backers you can see here, this company across the front of this kit from the early 2000s, their impact upon the club was so much that they even temporarily changed the name of Čukarički. The club badge is the same to this day, as you'll see on the black band, the only difference being the second name listed there. That's the name of the company that they added to the title of the club's name during their era. The stability to the club that the new owners have brought translates to the pitch, seeing as they've finished in third place 4 out of the last 7 seasons, which is a big accomplishment for a club not named Partizan or Red Star within Serbia. That also translates to a lot of European opportunity, seeing as they've been able to compete in the qualifying rounds of the Europa League or the Europa Conference League in 6 out of the last 9 seasons. They haven't broken through to a group stage yet, but it seems like it's about to come. Their most famous former player is inarguably Alexander Kolarov, who is one of my favorites of all time, having played at Manchester City, and also finding success at both of the capital clubs within Rome, Lazio, and AS Roma. In the current squad, I want to talk about 2 key members, the first being Mohamed Badamosi, who as a striker has already returned 9 goals for the club this early in the season, which is a really good haul. Second is young talent in Stefan Kovac, who as a midfielder can be key for them as well as for the Bosnian national team in the years to come. My final thought on Čukarički is it's really tough being a Serbian club, seeing as nobody's going to supplant Red Star or Partizan. They can really carve out their own niche in European spots by taking third routinely, with most of their competition coming from Bačka Topala or from Vojvodina. The key is going to be holding on to their young talent. With Badamosi and Kovac both being 23, it's important they hold on to both, with signing Badamosi on a full-term contract after his loan from Kortrijk being a really important factor in their success in the future.